Sarah Pitts. Clap it up for Sarah.
Hello, everyone. It is so good to be here. So, are you all still like awake, or no? No, sir. Are you still awake? Yeah. Heck yeah. Anyway, hi. I'm Sarah Pitts. I recently just moved here from Oregon. I know. Ooh, most people don't know where Oregon is. When they ask me what like Oregon is, they're like, "Oh, is that the city in Canada?" And I'm always like, "Bonjour." No, I'm always like, "No, it's the state in between Washington and California." And they kind of look at me like, "What?" And I kind of go like, and they're like, "Oh, Oregon. Okay, got it. Yeah, you know how you guys have happy hour for drinks? We have that for weed." And I think New York needs to get on that personally, because it is fantastic. It is so overpriced here, just like everything else. But moving here, it was kind of hard to like figure out the subways and to really figure out the street names, but I have a theory. This is my first conspiracy theory of New York, is that the person who designed all the roads always took the subway, and the person who decided the subways, they just want to fuck with us constantly. Like, can't you just imagine like someone down there being like, "All right, guess the A train isn't gonna be there today. We're gonna fuck someone over today," and like giving high fives all around. But I like it. It's good. I left Oregon, so I left my partner there in Oregon. Very, very sad. Yeah, I know. But we're doing long distance, and it's great. My partner was a virgin when I first met him. Yeah, fuck yeah, virginity! Woo! But I don't know if you guys noticed this about me, but I'm a redhead, and he wanted to ask me a question about sex, and I was like, sure, yeah, ask me anything, you know, more experienced lady, you know. So no, I'm not a prostitute, but that's still in the cards. No, but he asked me. He was like, he kind of looked at me and he looked up and then he looked at me again, and I was like, no, seriously, just like ask me what you want to ask me. And then he looked down and he was like, is it red? And I said, yeah, didn't you know what happens to like redheads once a month? And he was like, no. He was like, don't you get like your period or something? I said, no, with redheads, our hair, it like burns off. Like it just catches on fire. You just have a fire crotch like up in there. And he was like, oh my God, really? And I was like, yeah. And I wish to God I was making this part up. This man goes and grabs the fire extinguisher and puts it right next to the fucking bed. Nothing happened. We were all safe. But no, he's really funny, but I don't have any Jewish jokes, unfortunately. But I have some good Catholic jokes. Just kidding. But I grew up in a very, very Catholic family, right? So I didn't really understand what Viagra was until about a month ago. So my boyfriend, he comes and he visits me in New York City, right? And he's lost. He's a small Oregon boy. And he texts me and he was like, hey, can you pick me up some melatonin? And I'm like, yeah, I can pick you up some melatonin. As a kid, my dad kept Viagra by his nightstand and told me it was melatonin. Never had a reason to question it. So I go to the store and I talk to the lady, and she was like, hey, what are you looking for? And I was like, Viagra. And she was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, I take a photo of it because I'm like, yeah, this is what you need, right? And then he's like, how many times are we gonna do that tonight? Like, Jesus Christ. But no, it's been super great coming from a Catholic family. I didn't also understand how like sex works, because my parents are like, yeah, you just make a wish on a star and then like a baby floats down like in the Grinch, but you came out a redhead and we asked you to put them back, but then they wouldn't let. It was a whole thing, really. It was like, you know, like first and foremost, like first of all, she's healthy, she's a girl. Foremost, she's a redhead. They were like, oh God. But no, so I grew up in a Catholic family. My siblings are about 10 years older than I am. So I don't know if the Viagra worked or didn't work, but I'm here. So anyway, I grew up younger. My siblings thought it was so funny to mess with me. And I was a gullible kid. I didn't enjoy bubbles or soda for a really long time. So one night they just decided to dress me up as Adolf Hitler and show my parents it. Thank you so much. Have a great night.